to. And I found this in a charity shop the other day. I literally only wanted to get two books. One is This Is Gonna Hurt because I've seen the TV show. And the other one was called Pink Dress, the pink suit, about the dress Jackie Kennedy was wearing the day of her husband's assassination, which I hope to finish and do a review for whilst I'm here. So, also come across this Heatwave by MJ Friedman. Okay, now I've actually did a review of his when I did his Batman and Robin, which actually was quite impressed by the writing. She actually managed to turn that into quite at times very very touching. Now I just thought his last name was pronounced Friedman. It's Friedman. Here you go. We learned something new today. I've read several of his books. He's written some Star Trek, some X-Men, this clearly, and back in the day, I loved Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman. Well, actually, in America, it was Lois and Clark. And that is Clark and Lois. I've only seen the first episode of that. I'm so behind it. They're like through season 2 on the BBC. But I've been so busy. I just want to sit down and actually watch them properly. But hey, that's why I'm here, because I've been so busy detoxing. So, and this is literally could be an episode. However, I remember an actually episode of The New Adventures of Superman, which I thought was going to be this, where there was a heat wave in Metropolis, and in the end there's a asteroid coming, and Superman has to punch it away. Okay? No, it's not this. That would have been better. It's just a heat wave. All it is a heat wave. Now in the UK, we've actually had that, especially in London, which I'm from. 40 degrees, which being Brits, we are not designed for that. So I thought it would be end with Superman punching a meteorite away, but it didn't. So it's kind of disappointed because I actually remember that episode. So, but anyway, I used to love the show. Now every iteration of Superman does it a little bit differently. There's George Reeves, there's Christopher Reeve, who's considered the most definitive. There is Tim Daly, who's the voice. Every single generation plays it a little bit differently. Now, I always liked Dean Kane's performance of Superman, okay, his iteration, because he played his Clark Kent as a typical man reporter, a very kind of normal kind of guy, okay. However, his Superman was cocky. He was a cocky Superman, and I liked that. Actually, I followed Dean Kane on Twitter. I actually mentioned that and actually appreciated that. He was something different. His Superman was cocky and a bit more confident. Had his little moments of self-doubt and angst, as you would being a Man of Steel, but there was something about his role that was actually quite special. So, let me talk about the book. It's not even long, honestly, okay? It's like 154 pages. Okay, so literally, I blitzed this in like, not even like 2 hours. The temperature's rising. Temperatures? So and tempers are reaching boiling point. The hottest summer on record hits Metropolis, and Clark Kent as Superman is working overtime trying to keep things cool. When it appears that someone is trying to sabotage a high-budget film, Lois Lane goes undercover and she closes in on the hottest scoop of the year. Superman has to make some pretty tough choices to make, and if he doesn't make the right ones, Metropolis could go up in flames. Okay? Right. Now, obviously, it being Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers are being Warner Brothers, are very, very kind of protective of their products, okay? And this bit here, this actually made me laugh. This is when Lois Lane, okay, who has basically not worn tights because it's that hot, which actually made me smile, okay, because man of tights, okay? Okay. And this bit here, and she can't wait to get into work because it has aircon. I was there a couple of weeks ago, hottest day of the year, and I was happily working because we had air conditioning, okay? Right. The very thought of it was Nirvana. There's 2 more blocks, she told herself, and I'll be inside the daily permanent building and soaking up that wonderful air conditioning. That is, if I don't melt like the Wicked Witch of the West first. Oh yeah, I love that. Wicked Witch of the West with Warner Brothers, they're very protective of that. I mean, Disney had basically created a sequel, which they had to pay for the nose to get the rights to the Ruby Slippers, okay, and a prequel, which was absolutely terrible. So it made me laugh. I referred to the Wizard of Oz because Disney are very protective of that. Disney would love to have it. The unofficial sequels to it, Warner Brothers, who had the rights to Superman, played by Joe Chagall and Joe Shuster, just saying. Yeah, so a little reference to the Wizard of Oz, I thought was quite interesting. Okay, and Clark, I don't this bit here, okay, it's a heat wave, and so these kids kind of break open a fire hydrant, water hydrant, okay, and Superman decides to melt some tyres, create a pool, And then because overkill was underrated, okay, finds an empty water tower. Once again, a Warner Brothers reference, the Warner Brothers water tower, Animaniacs, okay, you know. So he finds an empty water tower. That's what it reminded me of. Gets his pool made of motor tyres. Gets the water tower, which is empty, okay. Scoops it up. Takes two legs, scoops it up. Thing. Because that's that's quite dramatic. Right? That's Superman all over in this. That is Superman all over. So the actual job for both Lois and Clark is to go undercover. Clark is Louis, and Lois is Claire. Okay, because that's not confusing at all. Right? One, why not just Louise and I don't know Kevin? I don't know. Okay, so they're on this set of Bulb, which is being filmed in like the Metropolis Park, and there's accidents happen. A stunt double's broken his leg because the lead acting on he does his own stunts. And we meet Colin. Now Colin I actually found to be quite sweet, and he becomes sweet on Lois's kind of fake character. Okay, and Lois's job is kind of like when she's at the Daily Planet, being the ultimate distractor. Oh, by this point she actually knows he's Superman. Okay. Oh, there's this little bit as well where she kind of even says to herself, okay, how didn't I notice? How didn't I notice the glasses? Okay, yes. So take his base off. Yes, how didn't you notice the glasses? Actually, depends on who's playing it. I mean, there's one lovely, lovely scene. I'm gonna see if I can find it and put it in under. Is during the original Christopher Reeve Superman, he literally changes his Superman persona and Clark Kent's mid scene. It's beautiful. He hunches. Okay, then he stands up straight, takes his glasses off, and he just transforms. You can kind of see, and it's beautiful. Okay, so I don't know much about my Superman, but I'm a DC girl and give me Batman any day of the week. Okay, I suppose you could say I'm a sort of expert on the source material. My grandfather, Bruce Dunn, played Robin Hood in the very first movie made about the legend. A silent movie, that is, but with one with style. It really captured what Robin Hood meant to people. This film incident is called Bolt, which made me laugh. Okay, it's like a Robin Hood kind of pastiche. Okay, like a 21st century pastiche of Robin Hood, which actually what mine's seeing, you know. So if it was real, it's not. So I am gonna find out who was the first ever silent version of Robin Hood. Okay, if there was one, and find out if that's true. Because if it is, I bet it's Warner. But anyway, so I've got no internet at the moment though. This is gonna be found out later. Okay. So Colin's there because he's in the film. He's up and coming actor, and it's a good historical tie-in. The same way how the younger Victoria had Princess Beatrice in a scene because she's actually related to the person playing her fictional great grandmother. Okay, so okay, and incidentally, since this book came out in 1996, it's interesting too. Okay, how kind of the world has changed so quickly in a matter of time. Now, this kind of made me laugh. I mean, the internet was in its infancy at this point, so this is kind of like a moment of it's how like you read like an older comic, okay, and the style and what they're using, or the original Superman they're using typewriters. In this, okay, right, it's just when they're on the film set and Clark is saving the world and was pretending to actually be like an assistant, running around, okay, and the aircon's broken down. Poking his head in, he saw that she was sitting at a desk with her back to him. She had a phone in her hands and Metropolis yellow pages open to the section marked air conditioning contractors. By this point, Clark has saved the nursing home because the air conditioning is broken down because by just evacuating all the people in it. He can't fix the aircon though, could he? Okay, and it's quite funny as well, okay, because Lois has this. Obviously, Lois is Lois. You should watch the show, okay. And it's the whole Clark having to be distracted, running off to be Superman, okay. So and someone in the end it's her sister Lucy who's there just to eat the food in her apartment, okay, right. And Lucy kind of like says, "Oh, basically stop being so goddamn pathetic." She does come across a bit pathetic in this book, okay, right, right. Lo shook her head, no, not like that. He just isn't putting is the partner on a story thing right now. He's not putting in the effort. He's Superman. Right. Listen to you, as sister said. You sound like a whiny wife. Lois took offence at that. I do not. I'll do too, Lucy insisted. Clark isn't pulling his weight. He's Superman. She mimicked. So what? There was a Lois Lane, Wonder Reporter, long before there was a Clark Kent associate Wonder Reporter. True, thought Lois. Is he treating you poorly? Asked Lois, knowing the answer in advance. Is he trying to take advantage of your work habits? Backsliding. Or something else in his mind, something that's having to do with you or your work? Yes, because he's bloody Superman. He's bloody okay. Right. And also for these two ace reporters, okay, who are working undercover on his film set, trying to find out, okay, why dogs are going insane or people are getting hurt. They keep screwing up their secret identities, okay, like Lois, okay, but Clark, okay, part of me thinks, okay, that Friedman wrote this in a way a bit like a parody, okay, or it was put just just a quick gig for him. I don't know, okay, some bits actually quite liked, okay. Right. You can call me Colin. All right, Colin. Clark laughed politely. And you can call me Clark. He coughed to cover his mistake. Louis. It was hard enough keeping one secret identity straight. Two was almost impossible. Right. And this is when Louis basically asks, okay, is Claire, okay, is Claire single? Okay. Is Lois's Sona, is she single? Right. So, because he hey, actually, I liked Colin. No, I actually liked Colin. He had a very kind of warm, kind of sincere. Basically, Colin reminded me of Clark Kent without the Superman. Very, very sweet. There because of his like family and history, okay, but generally enjoying what he does. I'm kind of critical, okay, because his family kind of legacy is very important to him. But I liked Colin. Go figure, okay. But the thing is, it keeps going back and forth. Okay, once again, I think this is parody. Okay, to everyone's criticism about Lois Lane in Revenge of Superman. Alright, this is when, okay, they're having a moment. There's an accident, so Clark's got to go off, okay, and do his thing. Okay? Alright. There he goes. Lois thought with a bit of melancholy, off to do his sidewalk act. She just called it his sidewalk act. Okay? It seemed Clark was always somewhere else, even when he was alone with her. Superhearing was almost primed for the inevitable scream for help, the sound of gunshots or explosions. Could never focus all his attention on one single thing, on her, for his instance, or would she always have to share him with the world? Right. Lois found herself getting sad and angry all at once. I'm not going to do this, she said out loud. She gritted her teeth, holding back an onslaught of emotion. I'm not going to let Superman distract me from what I need to do. Now it turns out that the actual big kind of saboteur of this book is about a heat wave and people trying to screw up on a film set. Okay, because if it doesn't go, they're just going to get a lot of money. Okay, it's the typical. It's like the producers. Okay, if it's a fail, if it's a hit, or it never ever comes out. Hey, funnily enough, never comes out. A bit like Catwoman. Sorry, not Catwoman. A bit like Batgirl. Is it Batgirl or Batwoman? A bit like Batgirl. That's never coming out. Bit of a loss. Warner Brothers, yeah. So yeah, about that. Okay. Right. So it was Eileen Atkinson, who is a production thing, and on again boyfriend Bo Paris. The two stood there engaged in what appeared to be an argument over the body of Dorian Hatch, who is the star of the film. Okay, so they basically set the place on fire to collect the insurance money. Okay, because the film isn't finished, they make bank. Right, that's the plot of this. How ridiculous is this? Okay, and the thing is, Lois is there and Colin is there, gets knocked out, and Lois has this thing of, I don't need Superman to save me, or I wish I had Superman with the world, but Superman still comes to her rescue in this, of course he does. Okay? So, you know how on the show, what you say, okay, was Superman, he just dived in from what he was doing, okay? No different. Part of me thinks that this was written as part of a parody, but at the same time I kind of enjoyed it because I got the nostalgia of watching the original show. But when I said Heatwave, I just generally thought it'd be a meteorite. No, the temperature just breaks, and it's starting to do now. So, hey. However, Heatwave by MJ Friedman, what the hell, it was nice for a nostalgia trip, and it's now going back to a charity shop, because it's absolutely ranted on the back. Look at that. It's got wet at some point. So anyway, sign off here. 20 books 2022. Sign off. Bye now.